Hello, today we'll talk about Zapdos, the first electric flying type Pokemon. If one wishes to consider Galarian Zapdos, the 145th Pokemon, that version is the first fighting flying type Pokemon. Its previous PYC dates are July 20th, 1996, May 11th, 1999, March 1st, 2002, December 20th, 2004, October 11th, 2007, August 1st, 2010, May 22nd, 2013, March 12th, 2016, January 1st, 2019, and October 22nd, 2021. Of the three Galarian legendary birds, this one has my favorite design. As for Cantonian Zapdos, its design is fine. I personally think that Pokemon Go Team Instinct silhouette is better than its actual design. Anyway, let's get in the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Zapdos, who, as Cantonian Zapdos, is the electric Pokemon. Galarian Zapdos is the strong legs Pokemon. Its number is 0145. This is Zapdos, this is what it looks like. This is Galarian Zapdos, this is what it looks like. Types, electric flying, as Cantonian Zapdos, so you can see that here, the electric inside, flying outside. Galarian Zapdos is fighting flying. Abilities, as Cantonian Zapdos, is pressure, and defiant as Galarian Zapdos. Static is Cantonian Zapdos' hidden ability from Gen 6 onward. Lightning Rod is Gen 5 Cantonian Zapdos' hidden ability, except maybe not, because this note says that Zapdos with this ability was never made available legitimately, so I don't know what that means. Gender ratios, gender unknown. Catch rate is 3 or 1.6%. Breeding is egg group, no eggs discovered. Hatch time, 80 cycles. Egg not obtainable. Height, regardless, is 5'3" or 1.6 meters. Weight, as Cantonian Zapdos, is 116 pounds, or 52.6 kilograms. Galarian Zapdos is 128.3 pounds, or 58.2 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 216 in the first 4 gens, to 261 in 5+. Leveling rate is slow, EV yield is 3. For Cantonian Zapdos, it's in special attack, but for Galarian Zapdos, it's an attack. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokédex color is yellow, and base friendship is 35. Zapdos is a dual-type electric flying legendary Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. In Galar, Zapdos has a dual-type fighting, flying, regional form introduced in the Crown Tundra expansion. Neither Cantonian Zapdos nor Galarian Zapdos are known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Along with Articuno and Moltres, it is one of the 3 legendary birds of Kanto. Biology, Zapdos is a large avian Pokemon with predominantly yellow plumage. It has small, triangular eyes with black around them, and a long, thin, light orange beak. Its wings and tail are a mass of spiky feathers, and there are black feathers covering the back of its wings and inner tail feathers. A large crest of spiked feathers surrounds its head. Its thighs are tan, and it has thin, light orange legs. It has feet with 3 forward-facing toes and 1 backward-facing toe. Each toe has a short talon. When Zapdos flaps its glittering wings, it releases electricity that can potentially cause thunderstorms. It produces massive crackling and snapping sounds when it flies. These are attributed to the lightning bolts it sheds when airborne. Zapdos reportedly appears during thunderstorms and gains power when struck by lightning. It is said to live among thunderclouds, but it is rarely seen. Zapdos loves Zapdos treats made by Snacksworth, who once saw it fly right by him in the past. Zapdos is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Shadow Bolt. Forms, Zapdos has a regional form Galarian Zapdos. In Galar, Zapdos has a different appearance. Its body is red-orange with black plumage. Its head features yellow eyes with more pronounced mask-like black coloration around them, and shorter black beak, and a longer, more visible neck. Its legs are black, longer, and more muscular. Its thigh feathers are also black, and its talons are yellow with red rings at their bases. Its red-orange wings are smaller, with small black markings that appear to be remnants of its Cantonian counterpart's black plumage. Finally, it has a row of spiky feathers along its chest, and a similar row of black feathers on its back. Belligerent by nature and ever thirsting for battle, Galarian Zapdos seeks out opponents stronger than itself so it could test its might. Its powerful legs allow it to perform devastating kicks capable of destroying a dump truck, and it can run across mountains at up to 180 miles per hour, or 300 kilometers per hour. Its wings have atrophied to the point that it can barely fly, but its movements are so swift that they have been compared to a lightning strike. This Pokemon earned the name of its Cantonian counterpart due to the electric-like crackling sounds that come from its feathers rubbing together. It is constantly migrating around the world, but can be found in the Crown Tundra once every few decades, congregating with the other birds at the Dyna tree to eat its fruits. Galarian Zapdos is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Thunderous Kick. Galarian Zapdos about to deliver a powerful kick. Galarian Zapdos running up a steep mountain. Game data, NPC appearances. Zapdos is the first legendary Pokemon encountered in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. After it kidnaps Shiftry, the player must fight it at the top of Mount Thunder. It is possible to recruit Zapdos by returning for another fight after the credits. Pokédex entries. In Gen 1, in Red and Blue, a legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. Yellow, this legendary bird Pokemon is said to appear when the sky turns dark and lightning showers down. Stadium, a legendary bird Pokemon that appears with a gigantic thunderstorm. It flies with a buzz and crack of electricity. In Gen 2 and Gold, this legendary bird Pokemon causes savage thunderstorms by flapping its glittering wings. Silver, this legendary bird Pokemon is said to appear only when a thundercloud parts with two halves. Crystal, legendary bird Pokemon. They say lightning caused by the flapping of its wings causes summer storms. For Stadium 2, if you have red, silver, crystal inserted, you get gold, but if you have Pokemon blue, gold, or yellow inserted, you get the silver entry. In Gen 3, in Ruby and Sapphire, Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon that has the ability to control electricity. It usually lives in thunderclouds. The Pokemon gains power if it is stricken by lightning bolts. In Emerald, Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon that has the ability to control electricity. It usually lives in thunderclouds. It gains power if it is stricken by lightning bolts. Fire Red, one of the legendary bird Pokemon. While it's flying, it makes crackling and snapping sounds. Leaf Green is the red and blue entry. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, a legendary Pokemon that is said to live in thunderclouds. It freely controls lightning bolts. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are their Gold and Silver counterparts. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is basically Red, Blue, and Leaf Greens, but Pokemon is the correct casing. Y is Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Gen 5 entries. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically the Ruby and Sapphire counterpart, but Zapdos and Pokemon are now the correct casing. The Gen 7 Pokedex entry is basically yellows, but Pokemon is now the correct casing. In Gen 8, for Cantonian Zapdos and Sword, this Pokemon has complete control over electricity. There are tales of Zapdos nesting in the dark depths of pitch-black thunderclouds. Shield, Zapdos is a legendary bird Pokemon. It's said that when Zapdos rubs its feathers together, lightning will fall immediately after. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl are very similar to Diamond and Pearl, but slightly different, so we'll read it. This legendary Pokemon is said to live in thunderclouds. It freely controls lightning bolts. For Galarian Zapdos, for Sword, when its feathers rub together, they produce a crackling sound like the zapping of electricity. That's why this Pokemon is called Zapdos. Shield, one kick from its powerful legs will pulverize a dump truck. Supposedly, this Pokemon runs through the mountains at over 180 miles per hour. Game locations, side game locations, and events, held items, red, blue, and yellow is the same asterisk with the note of you trade to Gen 2 to get these items. Bright Powder 100% of the time. Stats, base stats, will compare Cantonian Zapdos and Galarian Zapdos. So HP 90 for both. Cantonian Zapdos has attack 90, attack 125 for Galarian Zapdos, 85 for defense, 90 for defense, special attack 125, special attack 85, special defense 90, that is the same, speed 100, that stays the same, for a total of 580, that's the same for both. The Zapdos box here, this Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 125. Before we move on, I wanted to mention the coloring in the Galarian Zapdos box here, so you got the fighting inside and the flying outside. Pokeathon stats. Type effectiveness, we'll compare Cantonian Zapdos with Galarian Zapdos. Cantonian Zapdos is damaged normally by Normal, Poison, Ghost, Fire, Water, Electric, Psychic, Dragon, Dark, and Fairy, while Galarian Zapdos is damaged normally by Normal, Poison, Rock, Ghost, Steel, Fire, Water, and Dragon. Cantonian Zapdos is weak to Rock and Ice for double, while Galarian Zapdos is weak to Flying, Electric, Psychic, Ice, and Fairy for double. They're both immune to ground. Cantonian Zapdos is resistant to Fighting, Flying, Bug, Steel, and Grass for half, while Galarian Zapdos is resistant to Fighting, Bug, Grass, and Dark for half. In the Zapdos box here, notes: if gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball in Gen 4, or a ring target, or is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is double, so we go from 0 to double. In Gen 5, if this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so it would go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has Lightning Rod, the effectiveness of Electric-type moves is 0, so it would be 0 instead of 1. For Galarian Zapdos, if gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball or a ring target, or it is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so we go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up for Cantonian Zapdos: 1 Peck and Thunder Wave, 5 Thunder Shock, 10 Light Screen, 15 Pluck, 20 Agility, 25 Ancient Power, 30 Charge, 35 Drill Peck, 40 Roost, 45 Discharge, 50 Rain Dance, 55 Thunder, 60 Detect, 65 Magnetic Flux, and 70 Zap Cannon. Galarian Zapdos: 1. You get Peck and Focus Energy, 5 Rock Smash, 10 Light Screen, 15 Pluck, 20 Agility, 25 Ancient Power, 30 Brick Break, 35 Drill Peck, 40 Quick Guard, 45 Thunder's Kick, 50 Bulk Up, 55 Counter, 60 Detect, 65 Close Combat, and 70 Reversal. By TM for Cantonian Zapdos: 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 7 Protect, 14 Acrobatics, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 32 Swift, 40 Air Cutter, 47 Endure, 48 Volt Switch, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 60 U-Turn, 70 Sleep Talk, 72 Electro Ball, 75 Light Screen, 82 Thunder Wave, 85 Rest, 96 Eerie Impulse, 97 Fly, 103 Substitute, 113 Tailwind, 118 Heat Wave, 126 Thunderbolt, 130 Helping Hand, 132 Baton Pass, 136 Electric Terrain, 147 Wild Charge, 152 Giga Impact, 160 Hurricane, 163 Hyper Beam, 164 Brave Bird, 166 Thunder, 171 Terra Blast, 173 Charge, 193 Weather Ball, 197 Dual Wing Beat, 210 Supercell Slam, and 223 Metal Sound. For Galarian Zapdos: 1 Takedown, 4 Agility, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 12 Low Kick, 14 Acrobatics, 20 Trailblaze, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 32 Swift, 39 Low Sweep, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 15 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 58 Brick Break, 60 U-Turn, 64 Bulk Up, 70 Sleep Talk, 75 Light Screen, 84 Stomping Tantrum, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 97 Fly, 103 Substitute, 113 Tailwind, 130 Helping Hand, 134 Reversal, 152 Giga Impact, 160 Hurricanes, 163 Hyper Beam, 164 Brave Bird, 167 Close Combat, 171 Terra Blast, 181 Knockoff, 197 Dual Wing Beat, 204 Double Edge, 205 Endeavor, 213 Coaching, and 221 Throat Chop. Nothing by breeding for either of them. TCG only moves. We got Bolt Strike in this card. Side game data, you got all this, yeah. Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs in the browser entry. It creates thunderbolts in the air and discharges electricity. Got all this, yep. Galarian Zapdos, evolution data is just Zapdos for both of them. Sprites here, so yeah, these first ones, you get the idea, the basic idea. It looks pretty much, yeah, you got the basic idea down already. A lot of it's yellow and white and black. But yeah, it gets the basic thing done. I don't know that these necessarily work for it. Gold. You know, it's got the brown parts now. Shiny is orange and red. Okay. I got the white claws, it looks like. Yep. Yeah, the feet are much different, right? They're much more simplified. Yep. Got this. It's much more what we have now, I guess. It's now orange with legs and beak. Yep. sort of a gold, I guess, and like red, orange. Gen 4, yeah, we got all that. Gen 5, I think it's a little bit different. You get the full back sprite, you can see the black feathers on the back. Model here, so yeah, you can really see all the stuff. So it's a letter yellow, looks like, and the letter orange. So just a dark orange and a dark yellow and dark orange. That's interesting. Yeah, you got all that. Why does it gain the weird round legs? It's not clear until Fire Red. Well, yeah, because they're black legs originally. Then they became kind of yellowish legs. Then they're black legs again. And they became brown legs in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Okay. Yeah, so Let's Go games. You know, better models, I'm sure. Homes. You got all that. And then, of course, this is our only opportunity to see the shiny. So, of course, it's another instance of the shiny look resembling its Cantonian counterpart. Yeah, oh, that's such a subtle difference now. It's awful. In the anime, Zapdos in the anime, got all this, yep. Pokedex entries in episode 242 in Ash's Pokedex. Zapdos, the electric Pokemon. Zapdos has both electric and flying elements, and the flappage of its wings can create lightning. In what I assume is Journeys, episode 40. In Ghost Rotom Phone, Zapdos, the electric Pokemon, an electric and flying type. It is said Zapdos can be found inside thunderclouds, and that it can control lightning, a legendary Pokemon. Pokemon Origins, Zapdos and Pokemon Origins, Zapdos and Pokemon Generations, in the manga, Galarian Zapdos in Pokemon Adventures, and Zapdos in Pokemon Adventures. So you got Pikachu here, yep. I got all that, yep, and the TCG. Other appearances, Super Smash Bros. Melee. When released from a Pokeball, Zapdos uses a powerful Thunder Shock that hits opponents several times to produce a substantial amount of damage. Trophy information, Zapdos flaps its wings and summer storms appear, throwing lightning every which way. It's said that you can hear this legendary Pokemon coming, as its wings make a very distinctive popping sound as it flies. In addition to electrical moves like the dreaded Thunder, it also wields a vicious move called Drill Peck. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Zapdos appears in the background of the Prism Tower stage in the 3DS version of the game. Zapdos also appears as a trophy in the 3DS games. You can see that here. Zapdos trophy in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Trophy information in North America. Gazing up at dark storm clouds gathering in the sky, many children must have once wondered if the Pokemon they saw in the second Pokemon movie was in the clouds. An innocent and childish dream, perhaps. But even today as adults, the sound of thunder might just bring back memories of this legendary bird Pokemon. Aww. In the PAL region, gazing up at dark storm clouds gathering in the sky, many children must have once wondered if the Pokemon they just saw in the latest movie was lurking somewhere in their depths. An innocent and childish dream, perhaps. But even today as adults, the sound of thunder might just bring back memories of this legendary bird Pokemon. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Along with returning in the background of Prism Tower, Zapdos appears as a spirit alongside Articuno and Moltres. Music. This is a list of music associated with Zapdos in the Pokemon games. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, battling Zapdos, Articuno, or Moltres. Battle Wild Pokemon. Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow. Composition and arrangement by Junichi Masuda. In Sword and Shield, when battling Galarian Zapdos, Galarian Articuno, or Galarian Moltres. Battle, Legendary Bird. Composition, Go, Ichinose, and arrangement is the same person. Scarlet and Violet, when battling Zapdos, Articuno, or Moltres. Battle, Wild Pokemon, from the Let's Go games. Composition by Junichi Masuda, and arrangement by Shota Kageyama. Trivia. This first point, I've read in the Electabuzz video. Out of all the legendary Pokemon with fixed in-game locations, Zapdos can be obtained with the fewest number of badges, too. The player can catch Zapdos with only the Boulder badge and either the Cascade badge in the Let's Go games, or the Soul badge in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. I've done the third one in the Jolteon video. Cantonian Zapdos possesses a type advantage over all the other members of his trio, as well as Lugia, often viewed as the leader of the trio. This is reversed for the trio's regional forms, with Galarian Zapdos possessing a type disadvantage against the other members and Lugia. In the Bridge Bike gang, Chopper's bike is decorated to resemble a Zapdos. Zapdos' cry in Pokemon Journeys the series is the same as Lunala's as seen in a crackling raid battle. Zapdos' English name was suggested by Bill Geist, who assisted in the naming of many Gen 1 Pokemon. I read this last point yesterday. Origin: Zapdos seems to be based on the Native American legend of the Thunderbird, a spirit of thunder, lightning, and rain that took the form of a giant bird. The beating of its wings was said to create thunder. It may have also been based on the lightning bird, a bird created from wherever lightning hits the earth. Aesthetically, it may be based on hummingbirds due to the long beak, the rather simple wings, and described violent behavior. As suggested by the Pokedex entries, the three legendary birds appear to be embodiments of seasons. Zapdos represents summer, while Articuno and Moltres represent winter and spring, respectively. Autumn is, however, unrepresented. Galarian Zapdos appears to be based on Ratites, with kiwis in particular matching its brown feathers and long beak. Due to its speed, it may also be based on a Roadrunner. Its powerful kicks might also draw influence from the Secretary Bird, a mostly terrestrial bird that hunts by stomping and kicking its prey. Its legs could also be derived from the English Pouter, a pigeon breed known for such. Its shiny coloration is similar to Cantonian Zapdos' regular coloration. Name origin: Zapdos is a combination of Zap and Dos, Spanish for two, indicating that it is the second in the series of Cantonian legendary birds. Thunder is literally thunder. In other languages, see also references to the Galarian forms, the legendary Pokemon, the Super Smash Bros. Series. Yeah, let's move on. Now let's watch the first scene of Zapdos in the anime. Hello, and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're watching episode 13, Mystery at the Lighthouse. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his traveling companions Brock and Misty, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu, have come to a lighthouse here to take shelter for the night, and so he can call to check up on his Krabby, that he caught, but he had like he had already had 6 Pokemon in his party, so it got transferred to Professor Oak. And we'll see a Zapdos on the door here. There's the Zapdos right there, yep. And that is Zapdos' first appearance in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why people love Zapdos. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you not familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Zapdos. So we've got Galarian Legendary Birds by Nova Eden. So we've got this compilation here of Galarian Zapdos, Galarian Articuno, and Galarian Moltres. I think they're all their shiny forms, particularly this one is. Because, yeah, it's all yellow and stuff, yeah. That's kind of fun to see all of them together, and, yeah. Then we got Zapdos by L.I.J. So you got this cool, darker Zapdos here. It's kind of fun, looks to be on a power line. Then we got Instinct by Kazrek. So this cool version of Zapdos. I guess it had with lightning that spells out Instinct in the background. It's in the pose, I think, of the Instinct logo from Pokemon Go. And we got Crack of Thunder by Lihuin. Or Johanna Tarkella, whatever. This cool, kind of very stylized, somewhat more realistic looking Zapdos here. So you can see it calling and stuff, and then you can see all that, yeah. Then we've got Zapdos, Lord of Thunder by Haddock. So we've got Zapdos here, this cool, image, which I think is AI. We saw the Articuno one that Haddock did yesterday, but yeah, it is AI, so just be aware of that. This is not made by a human.
But yeah, still pretty good, still caches it pretty well. This image doesn't contain Zapdos, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, not because I don't have a ton to still do, but because I just don't have time today. So I'll have to wait until tomorrow to try to catch Zapdos. As for Galarian Zapdos, I'll have to wait until I talk about the Gen 8 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Moltres. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.